What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Gotham After Show. Up next, we're talking the epic Fish and Penguin final countdown and the debut of a new Jim Gordon love triangle again. Man, come in here and talk with us.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Man down, where you from, nigga?
Hey.
Where you from, my nigga?
Yes. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another Gotham After Show. Season 3, Episode 2, Mad City Burns a Witch. I'm your guy, Micheal Drew. You can always find me on Twitter at Micheal_Drew, Micheal EAL. I'm here with my boy, Mr. Steve Kaufmann.
I'm your boy?
You always have been, in my heart.
You guys can find me on Twitter at Steve Kaufmann. That is KAUFMANN. And those of you who've been following me live tweeting the debate, I'm here now, so don't talk about it anymore.
Yes. Live tweet. Yeah, now we're gonna live tweet this debate.
Yes.
This debate.
That beat.
To this beat. Is it Penguin or Mooney? Who are you going for?
Penguin.
Yeah.
Old, not new.
Old, not all right.
Or well, new, not old. It's things.
I'm going for Mooney. I loved Mooney this episode. Mooney won me. This episode, I was really a big Fish Mooney guy. Like, there were moments in this episode where I was watching Fish, and I was like, damn, man, Jada Pinkett can act, man. There's these moments that she has in this show where I'm just like, geez. Like, she'll go from being a character to, like, you know, really playing up the big villain thing, and then there'll just be this strict line of straight passion and real emotion that you're just like, damn.
Well, there are a lot of critics who wonder why Jada Pinkett Smith's on this show. And the real answer, regardless of the fact that this show is awesome, is that she gets to play this character.
Yeah, she's having a great time.
Just doing, like, really chomping into, just because actors don't necessarily do stuff for the same reasons we watch stuff.
True.
They do stuff like, how do I get to play a DC villain?
Yeah.
And that's what she's doing. She's nailing it.
I know. I agree. I really, really agree. Today, there's no Monty Bolanos.
She caught the what I'm gonna
call the Trump virus,
the Trump flu, the hashtag Trump flu.
Ooh. You think so?
Unless it comes out that he's on coke tonight, at which point she does not have that.
She does not have the Trump flu.
She has a regular flu.
We've got the sound effects
on the ones and twos.
Today.
Steve in the booth.
Yes. All right. So, before we get into it, right off the top, your thoughts on the show?
Love this episode. This is the perfect episode we needed after last week.
Yeah, you're about to say that right before the show started.
And then I was just like, no, I'm gonna stop myself. But this episode is exactly what we needed, and it's something this show does very well. Which, the very first episode, they pretty much build a brand new sandbox of every season, and then the second episode, we really start to play in that sandbox of like, what is the vastness of this sandbox that we just built? How deep does it go? What is the sand? What kind of toys we got?
Okay.
Are there other kids here? I'll explore this metaphor all day.
No, that's a great metaphor. I like the fact that, to jump off your phenomenal point, Steve, I like that they're playing with everything in the sandbox, and they always do a good job for a 1 hour show. Like, every episode, when the show's over, I always feel really, like, filled, like I just came from a buffet.
Yep.
And not a bad buffet where you're just overfilled on eating crappy food because it was cheap.
Like that buffet at I was about to say the Borgata, and I'm like, that's an okay buffet.
Okay.
The buffet at the Bellagio, like a high-end
Bellagio.
Like you had some surf, you had some turf, you had some steak, you had some shrimp.
All right, little high-end.
You had
you live in high-end like that? Is that what you're doing?
I play.
Okay.
I play.
Kaufman.
When I go to Vegas, I play.
Okay, Steve.
We'll call it that.
No, but all right. So it was very fulfilling, and they put so much into the episode, and it doesn't feel like there are moments. There's always gonna be an episode or two where they try too hard to fit too much in, but this episode didn't really do that, and I thought they did a good job of just putting in all the good juicy stuff. And like, when you think about the fact everything that happened in this episode, that's a lot happened for a 1 hour episode. The Ivy, the debut of the new Ivy, the Bruce's clone or twin or whatnot, Jim and Vale, the debut. I mean, the reveal at the end of Lee.
They had a great episode. Like,
everything happened in this episode 2. But it's
encapsulated in everything they've set up until now and everything they've built last week.
Yeah.
To be like, this is what we're playing with realistically from now to December. It's like, this is what we're going to play with from 10 to 12 weeks. And that's all you get. Like, whoever's introduced between now and December is one of Strange's people that got out of Indian Hill. Like, it's not going to be anything else. If they haven't existed in this plane, or they can't be explained by this plane by now, we're not seeing them till the spring.
And they're not doing Villain of the Week either.
That too.
And they're not just relying on Villain of the Week. You know what I mean? Because even there is a Villain of the Week, while that's going on, there's still so many side quest-like stories going on that it's still very fulfilling. Like, there's something on the plate for everybody every episode. You know what I mean?
Villain of the Week isn't... Well, I think the strategy they're employing is Villain of the Week can be people who've broken out of Indian Hill that we haven't seen yet, or we haven't really seen the full scope of yet. And they can either get locked up or beaten down. And maybe they come back next week, maybe they're gone forever. But it's a lot more tactful than it would be if this were a mid-90s. If this were like NYPD Blue, but in Gotham, it would be Villain of the Week. Like, we wouldn't be talking about a really big A-side arc. But also, TV in the mid-90s, you would have to reiterate who every character was.
I know.
Every
so wait,
week.
you're...
Exactly. Well, you know, Mulder, you're a skeptic.
Oh. Just in case you forgot.
So, try rewatching some X-Files. It's impossible.
You know what, Jim? You're such a good guy turned a bad boy.
You're such a vigilante,
know.
Jim.
I know. Oh, God, TV, the 90s. How we've come so far.
I know.
All right, so let's start off with Jim. Jim Gordon's storyline kicks off with Vicky Vale showing up with a proposition to help him find Mooney. She says she wants to help him find him, and then I guess he'll get the money and she'll get the story. And she wants a good partnership going on. And when this was going down, I was like, okay, I wasn't with you last week. Was it you who said last week that you think something romantic might be going on, or was that Mons?
That felt like a monster.
Yeah, that is very much a Monsy thing. Always looking for love.
No, I said the exact opposite. I thought Gordon needed to be a lonely drunk.
Yeah, and I agreed with you for a second.
I think Gordon needed to be a lonely drunk, because a lonely drunk then just becomes a lonely, self-actualized person.
Yeah.
And then a lonely, self-actualized person gets a girlfriend who becomes a wife.
Yeah.
And then they just become a self-actualized person with a wife.
Yeah, and for storyline purposes,
steps, guys.
Maybe, yeah, but it could have done that. Could have happened.
gonna write a book.
Maybe she could have helped him get out of his drunken stupor, like true love. Because it's always good to date a drunk because you can always save him. That's always the way to go. Find yourself someone with an addiction and save them from the addiction, just like in the movies.
I can't wait until that clip surfaces years from now. Michael Andrew says,
"Date drunks, save them." That's true love. So they come across the idea to find Selena. Selena's going to be their number one, their key to finding fish. And this, again, to this episode, they go to the destination. I really didn't think they would go first. We get our first Barbara and Jim interaction.
that was a little early.
That was early, but it was like when it happened, I was like, "Oh, you see, there was no build up to it." I'm glad they did that.
Okay, we're here now.
Yeah. What do you think about the interaction?
I like this interaction a lot. I thought it was. I just like they got out of the way. Like, it's one of the, like, we don't have to deal with it now. Because if they didn't do it this week, we'd be talking about it this week and next week and then next week, and then it would build up and we'd build up the expectation.
And then when it happened, it wouldn't be as good.
Because it would still be like this. It would still just be like, hey.
Yeah. I know. It'd just be a passive thing like, oh, hey, what's up? So where's Selena? Okay. Like, damn, we waited 15 episodes
Yeah, like.
for her to tell him where Selena is?
Well, and it's similar to last week where the people are forgotten, but the pain stays the same, like with Penguin and Tabitha, where it's like, you killed my mother. It's like, whoa.
I know.
You're just over that?
I know.
Where it's like, we learned this week, he's not over that.
Yeah.
He's over, he's, I don't know if he's forgiven Tabitha, but he's moved on from placing that blame on Tabitha, where it's more like, no, my mother's dead, and that sucks.
Yeah.
He's living there, not in, I blame Tabitha.
Yeah.
Because he can kill Tabitha. He can kill most people in Gotham.
Okay. And you think that's what what was going on with the Barbara and Jim scene?
No, it was just
like,
I just spun off a little.
well, it's okay.
Bring me back.
In the Barbara scene, I just thought that she's a nut, man. I just keep forgetting how much of a nut she is. I just keep forgetting how much of a nut. Like, she's full on insane. Like, when they had the little moment of going back and forth, And then at the very, very end, Barbara just stops and is like, "Hey, by the way, I had a dream you had no legs, and I had you in a cradle, and I had you in a carriage, and I had to walk you." I was like, "What the hell?"
She crazy.
And Vale, I like that. She crazy.
She crazy.
And Vicky Vale's in the back just eating it up. She's just loving the whole spiel. It's like painting a perfect picture of Jim Gordon to her. Because she's saying so much. Like if you consider the first 2 episodes of what she's witnessed with Jim Gordon, of course it's attractive to her.
And she's gonna meet Lee like next week.
I know.
She's gonna get like, that is how great relationships start. Of just, hi, this is that's
Yeah.
me. Sorry, I meant to say this is me. That's me.
Yeah.
The vomit on the table. That's who I am.
Yeah. And here's a person who appreciated that vomit lap before you. Like, oh.
And then here's
deal with
3
her.
women fighting over the vomit. Welcome to my life.
Jeez.
You want in?
Yeah, I know. Do you want in on this? You want to take a sip?
You want?
Yeah. Sorry.
I'll stop that metaphor there.
That was nasty. So after that, Barbara essentially tells them where to find Selena, right? She says, where to find Selena. And when they go after, once they leave, this is the part where you start getting a little bit more of that Vicky Vale, Valerie Vale, oomph. She ditches Jim. She completely hits him with the 1-2.
Did you not see this coming after
Nah,
last
I didn't
week?
see that. No, I mean, I didn't.
She wasn't going to screw him over? She was absolutely going to screw him over.
I thought she was fully like, "Hey, you got me." Went down because she sold it pretty well in the apartment. She's like, "Hey, you got me. Maybe I lied to you a bit. Look, me and you on the same team." And because she wanted something from him, I thought she would just.
No, they're worthy
overlook it.
adversaries. They're going to screw each other over left and right.
That's
They're
that,
literally going to screw each other, but more on that in a second.
Yeah. Ha. Well, I mean, maybe they didn't. I don't know.
I
Not in
hope.
Gotham. Gotham. After the first kiss, right to the sheets.
Game over.
I don't even know if that's
I'll take it, but I don't
man.
know.
Shout out to the other Steve in the production room, hitting us with the perfectly timed sound bites.
I'm in the production room. Huh? The other Steve in the. We're done.
Hey. Okay. So, all right. So they go to go find Selena and Vale. Sorry, I'm always gonna say
Vale.
Vicky
Just
It's
say
hard.
Vale.
I'm gonna say Vale. Vale screws him. She ditches him in the old. She gives him the old 1-2, leaves him stuck.
He left her handcuffed in a cop car, not knowing she knew how to pick handcuffs.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. I mean, yeah, you're right.
Because had he known that, he would have zip tied. I don't know. However else he could have tied her up in a way that he knew she wouldn't leave. He intended her to stay handcuffed in that cop car, which is worse.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. But there is this thing about Jim where there's always this moment where it kind of indicates that even though you don't know if he knows, he knows. You know what I mean? Like there's always this thing where he's like, I know she knows how to pick a lock. She seems to be a smart reporter. I'll give her that respect.
I think we're giving Jim too much respect,
but I don't
especially lonely drunk Jim.
Okay, yeah, I mean, but there's always
Lonely drunk Jim we've seen the last 2 weeks.
But don't you think there's always a moment in the show where it's like he kind of knew what was going to happen?
No, there's a level, but we got that last week where he said you're handcuffed to a cop car a block away from a police station. That was how he thought she was safe. He didn't think she could pick locks. He should have, but
He should have. All right, so Vale calls the cops. She after jerking around Jim, she calls the cops into the location because and when Bullock comes, she tells Bullock, "You go in there. Remember, you get me the story, and we're good." So she gets the one up on him, and then the cops go in there, and we have ourselves a nice little GCPD versus the Freaks of Gotham throwdown.
I enjoyed this throwdown.
And that was quick too, wasn't it?
That was just like, once again, they may have put that in the teaser for this week, last week.
Maybe.
And I would have assumed it was one of those moments where you put it in the teaser at the end of episode 1 and it's not till episode 5.
Yeah.
Because once again, that feels like a throwdown that's way down the line. And they're like, nope, we got you at 2.
Doesn't that kind of give the indication that there might be a lot to come? Like
Yeah.
something intense is going to come?
Where it's like, no, this throwdown, and then like this populist leader, Penguin, like this all happens today. Because we got places to go. We don't, or we're going to burn out in 3 weeks. But I don't think they have the pedigree behind them with 3 seasons.
Yeah.
that that's not going to happen.
Speaking of Penguin, Fish escapes, and this leads Penguin to hold a street press conference with the media. He has a street press conference with the media, and like he's borderline starting a revolution.
Maybe it's because where we are tonight to begin with.
It's very, very close to home.
I mean, I saw a certain level of Trump in the Penguin tonight.
Oh, okay.
And maybe that's just how weirdos take public office and the populace gets behind them. But
What was it? Church of Cult of Personality?
yeah, that's. I think I'm reading into deeper things than
That
just
should have
Trump.
been the intro song. Cult of
Well,
Personality.
it'll be next week the week he starts to run for mayor, which has to happen this week. Cult of Personality is when we're gonna come in.
That was gonna be my prediction. Okay, I'm glad we're on the same page.
We're definitely on the same page.
That mayor thing, Penguin for mayor, it's coming.
And by the way, Gotham, Fox, send us buttons if it's happening.
Oh man,
Can you please send
That
us
would be
Cobblepot
awesome.
for mayor buttons?
Cobblepot for mayor.
DM us on Twitter. We will give you the address to here. Give us as many as you can.
Yes.
Hashtag Cobblepot for mayor. You should tweet that now. So
I know, right?
So you're
Just start
ahead
it
of
up. I
So you're
know.
ahead of the game.
I think I'm gonna start that.
Go for it.
Then I'm gonna hijack it and then take credit for it. So after his little excitements and citing up, getting everyone riled up for his little anti-monster revolution, we go back to the GCPD, and and Jim comes across Vale, and she says let's call it even. Now she's official. Now she's officially saying, hey, we're even.
I could go with even there.
Yeah, I mean, I think they have a healthy respect for one another.
He needs a worthy adversary. He always needed a worthy adversary.
Penguin for
Yeah,
president. Penguin versus Trump. Exactly. Ultra 1999. I hear you.
Yeah.
It would be a train wreck. That would be that'd be must see TV.
I'd watch that.
Of course.
So Gordon in the office.
Yes.
At the GCPD, we're like, you're not a cop anymore.
Yeah.
Then why is he here?
I think Barnes likes him, man.
I think they clearly like and admire each other.
Yeah. Ivan Soto. Did Gotham forget that Penguin is a murderer? I mean, baby, everyone in Gotham's a murderer. I think if you got one body on you, no one cares. You need like 8. Then they're like, all right, maybe we shouldn't.
Gotham's a little crazy.
I mean, I feel like that's nothing.
And Penguin is like, I don't know. Penguin is like a public murder. Like if things had gone.
You about to say OJ?
No, I was about to say if O.J. Simpson had a better publicist after the trial, we would regard him like we regard other like skeevy celebrities.
You know what? That's a valid
That's
argument. That's a valid argument.
Also, if he didn't hold people hostage in hotel rooms over other stuff and then wind up in actual prison
okay.
for another thing. We're talking cult of personality.
A cult of personality. All right, so Jim meets Vale. They squash the beef. They're on the same side. Apparently, it looks like. And then Jim sees my guy Lucius Fox. I love seeing Lucius. I love this actor
Lucius
too.
Fox. Yeah.
So he sees Lucius Fox. Lucius looks at him and tells him to come in the back. I love how everything Jim does is so like under the covers now. Mm-hmm. Like everything he does is like someone's like, because everyone still likes Jim.
Yeah.
So they're just like, hey, look, I got you. Come here.
But I do like, and it speaks to Gotham as a city, especially the GCPD.
Yeah.
That he still pretty much gets all the information he would have had if he worked there.
I know, right?
It's like, no, Fox has got it. I'll show you the body.
I know.
Like,
That's
whatever.
like, damn, man.
Because A, everybody likes Jim. B, Gotham is like super corrupt. That like the three people that actually want to help Gotham all help Jim.
Yeah.
They all know each other. They meet every Tuesday. The people who actually want to make Gotham better.
Yeah. It's like the good Illuminati.
Yeah. The
good Illuminati.
Illuminati? Illuminati with a K?
With a big, it should be a big knot. Illuminati.
Not N-O-T all capital? We're workshopping this, guys. They're not all perfect.
Don't worry about it,
We'll
guys.
get there.
We got something for you in the pot. The cobble pot? All
Also,
right.
Renji
Sorry, that's terrible.
90998 in the chat. Apparently, murderer is better than a monster. That's
In Gotham, baby.
but that's I could make that.
Because if you murder a monster,
But that's a rationale that the public could make.
yeah.
I'm not gonna go back to my OJ metaphor. That would be a mistake.
So all right, so Jim meets with Lucius, and and Lucius shows him Peabody's body. Yeah.
The Peabody.
Yeah, shows him the Peabody, and it's like, you know, after the initial shock of her looking like a mummy, like a decrepit mummy, they realize that Mooney is probably after Strange.
Yep.
They put two and two together. They got her because she knows where Strange is. They want Strange.
Gordon's a full step behind here.
Think so?
He stepped up from season 1. Mm-hmm. From season 1, where he was like 5 steps, 6 steps, 7 steps behind.
Well, he doesn't work at the GCPD.
I know. Now he can just ask Fox what's happening.
Yeah.
The Illuminati. Ivan Soto in the chat. That makes sense.
So Bullock is straight up kidnapped by Fish after this. He's kidnapped by Fish, and Fish touches Bullock and puts the voodoo on him to find out where Strange is. Once they realize that they have to find Strange, we go right. The only person who knows where Strange is Bullock, and right on cue, Fish gets Bullock.
But she kisses him because I think she's always wanted to kiss him.
Yeah, she likes it. They got chemistry.
They're into each other.
Yeah. If he wasn't a good guy, and she wasn't, you know, infatuated with power,
I could see
in an evil way, they probably, you know.
If this were Metropolis, they'd probably just be a mid-level villain couple.
Yeah. Well, if you know, like a lot of the main characters have a thing for powerful women. Like I think that's one thing a lot of the guys.
That's a huge theme, actually.
That is, like, they all like powerful women, or they all like women who stand their ground, who are powerful women, who aren't just like super demure, like, hey, whatever you want. Like every woman in here is like super, like stands, you know, is like, you know, powerful, strong woman.
That's fair. I mean, there could be an argument to be made that all women should have that in them, but that's another podcast.
I know, but you know, some dudes like, you know, like, hey, I lead, can I lead? And that's a struggle in the relationship. And some women are just like, I'll let him think he leads. And then when he turns his back, she's like, you know, I'm the boss.
That's Lee.
That's Lee, probably. I would think, yeah. Lee's strong, but Lee lets him do his thing.
Lets him lead, whereas, like...
But he just let it in the wrong way.
Tabitha or Fish or Barbara, to a certain extent, kind of just take the reins.
Yeah.
And the men who love them.
Yeah. Like, they're full-on leader. Like Mooney is full-on, I'm the boss now. I'm the captain now. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna let that happen.
It's good.
That was a really good scene in Sully.
Was it?
The
I'm the captain. I just seen it in the commercials.
No, the goose grabbed Tom Hanks's character and was like, "I'm the captain now." Am I confusing movies?
No, that's it. That's
exactly how it happened.
That's
right?
not Sully. That's not Sully.
Oh, sorry.
Sully's the where he plays the airplane.
You're taking this joke too literal, bro.
Sorry, guys. When it comes to Tom Hanks movies, I need you to be factual, man.
I said the goose, but go on.
Sorry. Okay, so then we go to Bullock's kidnapped, and now Jim already knows. Once he's gone, I guess they found his badge, and Jim tells Barnes, Fish got him. They want Strange. Like, we're on to it, man. You gotta let me do my thing. Barnes tells Jim where Strange is, because he knows he's a bounty hunter, but he knows he's the man for the job. Right?
Yeah, but I'm talking about at the gate.
What about the gate?
At the gate with the two, at the gate where Strange is. Because Bullock gets there first with Mooney. Bullock tries to not kill cops.
Yeah.
Because he's a cop. And the one with the blonde hair, I don't have all their names straight yet.
I don't think have they released their names yet?
I'm waiting for some of them to drop dead so I can get a better count.
Yeah.
But goes out of their way to knock them down and then shoot them in the head. Where it's like, aw. But I know he's under Fish's command, but I still wanted a little more out of that character.
Ooh,
of Bullock.
Yeah,
where he
but
was
I mean,
like, that was my one little thing where I was like, he's a cop though.
Yeah, but he's not goody two shoes. Like, he knows how the world works. Like, he clearly tried to save them, but he already knew that once she took them down, he knew they were dead. What's he gonna do? Cry about it?
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but there wasn't even a look. But we'll move on.
I mean, maybe there's a look in his head. Steve,
or
give
there's
Bullock credit.
Or there's more power over Fish Mooney that she has over people than we know. Possibly.
So going off that, they break in to go get Strange, and then they have the epic break-in. I love that. I love those. There was a nice shot where Mooney just comes in and she has her little cape going. I love the Mooney cape. She just comes in.
Hashtag Mooney cape.
Hashtag Mooney cape. She just comes in and then she sees us Strange, and this is where it goes into one of my favorite scenes One of my favorite scenes of today's episode. The one-on-one scenes between Strange and Mooney. I really like those interactions. When he's fawning over his creation, but he's like, I can't really help you. Mm-hmm. And she's just like, she just completely shows such emotional vulnerability. She's like, look, I will get my answer from you, dude. I will squeeze it from you.
But correct me if I'm wrong, she never actually got it.
She kidnaps him.
Yeah, so she doesn't have it. She plans on getting it.
Yeah, I mean, this was going to happen.
She'll get it, but I did enjoy that as someone who clearly, as you learned today, loves metaphors. I love that metaphor. Like, if you squeeze, they somehow have money.
Yeah.
There's always more money.
Yeah. She went in there.
They think they can treat you like a fool.
So, while this is going on, the cops show up, and Fish lets them know that I got Bullock. Penguin sees this on TV. Penguin, of course, everything is just so quick. Penguin sees it on TV. Penguin's just like, sweet, vengeance time. Mm-hmm. Penguin rounds up the old mob. There you go.
Yep.
The old Gotham mob, and they head down to that location to string everyone up.
Does he keep them somewhere?
I know. I was feeling this. That's what I said. Like, how the hell did he get them all?
By the way, there were some people on Reddit who zoomed in on a license plate last week, or it was either a license plate or someone's registration, and concluded that this whole show is taking place in 1988. Minus the occasional cell phone, I guess.
Well,
because the whole point is that this show's supposed to be timeless.
yeah.
I bring that up because he rallied those people really, like, at the speed of Twitter.
Yeah. Well, maybe,
But I think this show likes to stay away from that and just have him show up with a mob.
I mean, yeah, you don't need too much explanation. We know what we want. Let's get right to the goods, man. And that's what this show really focuses on, getting right to the goods. I think they've eliminated all that over-explaining.
Exactly. No, and by season 3, none of us are really looking for, like, well, when do the phones work or not work?
Where's
like,
Mooney? Get the guns.
It's Gotham. We're well past. Season 1, we were like, why does every TV have a tube and it's still 4x3 and they have flip phones and, like, we don't care about that anymore.
Yeah.
But it's worth pointing now that people are seeing, like, little clues like that I think are more a sign of how they want the show to look timeless. Because it should feel like a mid-90s TV show, mid-90s cop show in Gotham without the plottiness we were talking about earlier.
Yeah. Yeah, because, I mean, and they're also trying to, I think if they're going with the tone that this is Bruce when he's younger.
Yeah.
Which will Batman exists now. I mean, I think if they're going in that direction. So, from Bruce to Jim breaks in, getting his Batman on. Jim breaks in and gets caught. ASAP, which is probably his plan. I'm gonna go with that was his plan. It's gotta be his plan because he knew he's surrounded by super powered beings.
That would be weird if his plan was to go in there and snap everybody's neck.
Like I thought I was gonna come in here to save you. I don't know what the hell to do now.
What?
It's like, damn, you guys caught me quick. You got super speed. So Jim gets caught, and then he says he can get her out of there if she gives him Bullock. And I guess he didn't. He calls Penguin.
Well, he calls Penguin, and we get the classic. We'll discuss the plan without the audience hearing the plan.
Yeah.
Which I enjoy because we can just about gather that the plan was, hey, I'm talking to Fish right now. She's going to go with Strange out the back. If I and Bullock go out the front. So if you go around the back, you'll find her.
Yeah.
My Gordon needs work. But
yeah, that was pretty good. I thought I was listening to him. When I looked away for a quick second.
Straight up, all our podcast listeners.
Who's this podcast with again?
We're like, oh, Ben McKenzieas on their show. And that's what happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we didn't need any of that. I enjoyed, there was some good storytelling in this show that we didn't actually get that conversation. We didn't need that conversation.
Yeah.
Unless there's a longer play, which would be a little campy for me. But
so, so going off that, Jim called Penguin, and apparently he knew he was in the area already. Or he just figured he'd drive there quickly.
No, he saw the mob.
Oh, he did see the mob. He saw the mob first. You're right. So they get it. So he sends out Fish. Penguin sends his people to rush the front. Mooney breaks out the back. And then comes another one of my favorite parts. I'm telling you, man. Jada, Fish Mooney was on fire this episode. She had a lot of nice moments. Fish escapes through the back and comes across Penguin, and they have an epic tete-a-tete, an epic face-to-face.
I think part of the reason
Yeah,
I do think part of the reason you really enjoyed this encounter was it proved your theory about this correct and my theory incorrect last week.
Okay.
When I was saying like, whatchamacallit, Penguin doesn't like Fish because he doesn't know her motivation, where he knows everybody else's motivation, and you're like, no, I think it's because he knows her motivation, and it's because she thinks he's a tiny little thing, and he doesn't like that people feel that way about her. And you were closer.
I don't think I was closer. I think I was right.
Take the compliment, bro.
Guys, I think I was right. That's one. That's one for me. There's how many episodes? 20 left? I'm trying to get to 10.
Trying to get to 10? Trying to get to 10?
Trying to get to 10. Yeah, and they have a legit one-on-one, and we see that moment happen where she explains where it looks like he's about to kill her. And a piece of me, I thought it was about to. I was like, they're really gonna kill Fish by episode 3? Damn, Jada must have a movie going on or something.
Kill.
I know. So it looks like
Gotham.
So it looks like he's about to kill her, but then he asks her, "Why did you let me live?" And then her explanation, and she sold it so like when she said she pretty much said, I mean,
you're my son.
Yeah, that's pretty much what she said. You're my child.
Son. I'm your mom.
Yeah, and I can't kill my baby.
I'm pretty sure we're well aware Cobblepot's got
severe
mommy stuff.
Severe.
There's some mommy stuff that he was working out in his face.
I know.
In front of her, and then he lets her live.
He was struggling. She was just like, and then she pointed out to her the doctor. She's like, he knows because he made me. He my daddy. Because she called him daddy. This episode, she called Hugo Strange daddy. Oh boy. Yep. So then she has the moment with Penguin and just lets it out, and then it cut right to the core, and he was just like, all right, Fish, get out of here. I can't right now. Oh, that was such a good scene.
Ooh, everything about that, and it felt like a good plan.
It's like, you were my umbrella boy. You rubbed my. Because at first I thought it was gonna be condescending. She's like, you were my umbrella boy.
That's how it led to us there.
It could be condescending. Under anyone else, it could kind of be condescending. She's like, you rubbed my feet. Like that could be an insult if anyone else says it. Mm-hmm. But she said it. She said it with like the love of like a mother who has children. That when the mom works all day, her son's like, don't worry, Mom, I got you. And he rubs her feet, like, Mommy, thank you. I love you. I love you, Mom. You want some cocoa butter on those feet? And rubs them. Rubs them for his mama.
But I feel like from season 1, that was him, where season 3, he's grown to be like a son of like.
And she was proud.
Like, hey, Mom, here's flowers.
Yeah.
I love you. I have to go work.
Yeah.
I have to go. And like, how adults interact with their mother.
Yeah.
That's how adults interact with their mothers, right?
Yeah, but, I mean, I guess. I mean, I don't remember the last time I bought my mom flowers, but I give her hugs. Penguin should have killed her, Ivan Soto. Damn, dude.
Ivan Soto is savage.
Jeez.
I'll bring it up now. It's technically a prediction, but we can bring it up now.
Okay.
I hinted to it already. Because we didn't see that phone conversation, is there a long con here?
From Jim?
From Gordon to Penguin of, it'll help your cause more if you let her live, because then you'll have a straw man. My Gordon has divulged to be Vince McMahon.
I know that was pretty visible.
And then you got to tell her you're fired.
Yeah. Let her know you're gone. No.
Austin.
I think that was pure.
To stop us.
Yeah, I know, right? She's not. We'll go in a complete wrestling tangent. I think that it was complete and utter, like, on the moment. I mean, I think maybe Jim thought it was going to happen. I think Jim maybe thought he wouldn't kill her because of that moment, because maybe he saw it coming, but I don't think he told him anything. I think it was a legit.
Me too. I think that was a legit jump. Yeah. A legit jump cut, because they had to cover so much this episode. I feel like episode 3, we need a slower paced episode that kind of slows down, because we've introduced a bunch of things, dealt with a bunch of things that we kind of need to come down, and we're not there yet.
Yeah, but especially we're so fast. And Eric in the chat room said I always lose my predictions. That's why I need 10, man. Damn.
He doesn't want to.
Come on, Eric Olin.
He doesn't want to win them all. He wants to win 10.
I just want to win enough. I'm trying to get to 500.
In the course of a season here, you probably make 100.
Yeah.
He wants to get 10 right. Hashtag quest to 10. That's one.
So, all right. So where was I? So, oh yeah. Okay. Now the mob burns
A body bag.
That was crazy. But those are the monsters, right? It's got to be the monsters.
There's got to be at least two dead monsters from the fray, and the mob burned body bags.
If anything is a indication that he's got the people on his side, mass death.
By the way,
mass murder is
in our current political climate, we're talking about what it takes to get people on your side. I'll go with the world we live in right now, where you just have to have rhetoric in the media.
Yeah.
Versus the world Gotham is depicting, where you literally have to, literally have to deliver bodies to a bonfire.
Well, I mean, they didn't have Twitter. Ooh. They didn't have.
They don't have Twitter yet. They have flip phones.
Thanks, Eric Olin. Eric Olin's pushing for me to get 10. My guy.
Eric Olin's got you.
So yeah, so Penguin's in a great place right now, and now we get to something sexy.
You can take us there?
Yeah, now we get to something a little.
You taking us to
a little smooth
to the
and
gym?
Sexy. We go. This caught me so off guard. We go to gym in the apartment with Vicky Vale, and they're just
which Vale?
Valerie Vale. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Valerie Vale is with Jim, and she pretty much breaks down his entire plan to a science. It's like, I knew what you were doing. Boom,
She just calls him out.
She just calls him out. And he's just so smooth with it. He's like, maybe I did that. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. I'm just Jim. You know what I mean? I'm just doing my thing. And then, next thing I know,
he just takes her coat off.
They're face to face. He takes her jacket off. And it's like, he goes full Humphrey Bogart. And she's just like, wait. And he's like, stop talking. Give me your face. And just like lip locks her. And it was like, I'm not against the love triangle, the love happening.
Whoa. You said love triangle more than once.
Yeah, you're right. It's gonna happen.
Lee has moved on.
Well, she wouldn't be back in Gotham if she moved on, which happens right after this.
Lee moved on. Can we be very, very clear?
No, she didn't move on. She just had a man. She dated. I mean, if she moved on, she wouldn't be back in Gotham.
She had like a job in Gotham.
Why was she back?
She's got business.
She's got no family.
She's got business.
She don't work
in
there
Gotham.
no more.
She might want to stop Penguin.
Come on, man.
She might She might want to come back to the GCPD to help stop Penguin or stop Fish. She worked at Arkham, which was right above Indian Hill. Like, there were a lot of reasons.
You think she's what? You think she's showing up to like, hey, can I get a copy of my resume because I'm applying for somewhere down south?
No, I think she's coming back up to Gotham of like, y'all need my help.
I don't know, dude.
Because clearly,
I think the last thing she wants to do is see
Lucius
Jim.
Fox doesn't know what to do with the Peabody. That was all a long wind up for that joke.
Well done.
Thank you.
Bang. All right, so Jim lays it down on Vale, and they have it was such a 30s 40s Humphrey Bogart moment, because right after that scene, you see the train coming in.
That train looked amazing.
Yeah,
like, that whole shot looked amazing.
Yeah, and then she just comes off the train and like she's taking off her glove. It looked so like
fresh
MGM.
off the train. Fresh off the train from whatever city Deadpool is.
I know. Yeah, exactly. Fresh off the train. Exactly. Fresh off the train from Ryan Reynolds' crib. She shows up, and it's like right there. Boom! You see it's about to go down. Instant love triangle. The episode ends with an instant love triangle. And hey, those are the best loves. The ones that can go to a triangle.
Timber would have been a good song to come in on.
Timber.
But we've come in on that song before.
Yes, we have. I think we have.
The postmodern jukebox version.
Okay, real quick. Let's cut through the other guys.
Well, let's get into Ivy.
You want to do Ivy first?
Ivy, then Wayne.
Okay. So Ivy wakes up. I thought it was Bruce waking up, by the way, at first. But Ivy wakes up, full on, I guess, teenager to young adult. She looks 19, I would say.
Yeah. And
she's just developed.
Yep.
And she meets a random dude, and he's just like, "You thirsty?" And he brings her to he brings her to her house to help her.
I mean, he looked thirsty.
Yeah, he did look thirsty. You're right. You're right.
He looked so thirsty.
See, Moss was in here to appreciate that.
She'll watch.
He was thirsty. He brings her back to the house, and then I guess they have a little interaction where she's just like, I'm different inside and out. And apparently he doesn't treat it. He's surrounded by plants that he let die. And she kills him.
Well, because she likes plants.
Well, yeah. That's good.
That's her thing.
Yeah, that's her thing. And I guess she bashed him over the head, I guess, hard enough to kill him.
Yeah. So let's get into the science.
Okay.
Dude who created the Peabody, which Gotham won a Peabody, guys.
Yes.
Got a Peabody. Touched Ivy, didn't kill Ivy. So she, through the water, aged. Yeah. Aged about at least 5 to maybe 8 years.
I'd say 10 years.
Let's say 10 years. 10's a good number. She aged 10 years. Now, she's a completely different actress. That's about the science, right? Does she have any superpowers?
I think it's gonna debut later. There's gonna have a moment because Strange is around.
So that Strange is gonna like work on her to make her have superpowers.
Probably that's the only option.
So that she's a lady who survived water.
Yeah.
And grew 10 years. Thank you.
Okay.
She's a lady who survived water and grew 10 years with an affinity for plants that can pick up potted plants and kill people. So she doesn't have powers yet.
Not yet.
Okay.
I think it's gonna come. I mean,
I could buy that.
Yeah. Or maybe they're just hidden inside her. So Ivy kills him, and I guess that was a quick. I didn't know she had it in her, but I guess she's always crazy. So Ivy has been set.
This show has some pace.
Yeah.
Because a lesser show would have had her live with that guy and form a relationship, and they would have talked about their feelings, and he would have got a 6-episode deal, and then she'd have killed him.
Yeah.
And be like, we don't. This is Gotham. We don't have that kind of time. She's got to be killing other people next week.
We got to introduce you quick.
Because Poison Ivy, at least as she existed in the comic books, felt that humanity was a plague on plants and ultimately the earth.
Yeah.
Which, the science is a little backwards.
Yeah.
The earth, we're a flea on the scope of the earth, but Poison Ivy sees it differently.
Yeah. All right, real quick, let's get into Bruce. Let's get into Bruce real fast. So then Bruce is taken to the Court of Owls, and he has an interaction, and he lays down a deal, pretty much saying, if you keep my family, the Court of Owls tells him, we'll keep your family alive. We won't harm anyone you do as long as you don't bother us anymore. And then he wakes up back with Alfred, and then Alfred, they're having a little talk. But I think the seeds were planted that it doesn't really look like Bruce is really going to follow that. But he has to find a way to work underneath that without getting caught. Well, i.e. the cloaking cowl.
Yeah, but before that, we got an admission of I wanted answers and I got answers.
Yeah.
We're the Court of Owls, we run it.
It was the plan, yeah.
We're the Court of Owls, we run everything. You have your answers.
Yeah.
This is our might. If you'd like to go up against our might, the next time you'll be put in the back of a van and you'll never wake up.
Yep.
This time you got to meet us. This is what we are. Face us again.
You're done.
You're done. And what is he now? 13? Mm-hmm. I'll lay low for a while. It's a pretty reasonable choice.
Yeah, you got time.
For any person, including a 13-year-old boy, 13-year-old orphan, to be like, you know what? I got answers. I got closure. I should learn how to dance.
Yeah.
I should learn how to be an adult. And maybe at some point in my life fight the Court of Owls.
Yeah, it'll come.
But this show and the pace of this show has something literally arrive at his doorstep that will stop him from complacency. Which is a clone Bruce?
A clone Bruce shows up. I don't know what's going to happen. I didn't expect that either.
I didn't
so quick.
We should have.
So much happened.
We should have, because Ivy literally gave him the address. We should have known this was happening.
Yeah, but I thought they'd spy. I thought he'd spy on him. I didn't know he'd interact.
Yeah, he'd just straight up.
Yeah.
Head to head. I enjoy this writing that they just put everybody up against each other, make them deal.
According to Ivan Soto, Bruce is 16.
I'll take because he was 12. Was he 14 or he was 13 at the beginning at season 1?
I don't know how old he is.
Well,
we'll think about it. All right, so the clone shows 17. Up real quick. Does that lead to you any
we're straight up into predictions, yeah.
Your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Lead us.
Go ahead, Steve.
Oh, I'll just go. I still think this is Thomas Wayne Jr.
Okay.
We can call it a brother, but a clone.
Okay.
A clone is also a brother if it's the same age and actor. He doesn't know who he is, but I think he was created by the Court of Owls. I obviously think Dr. Hugo Strange knows about him. Dr. Hugo Strange is with Fish Mooney. and under Fish Mooney's control. Fish Mooney's going to figure out how to control her powers and become a worthy adversary to both Penguin and anyone who stands for the good of Gotham. Penguin is going to become an uneasy alliance with the Gordons and the Waynes of the world. They're going to have to vanquish all the crazies, including Fish Mooney and Dr. Strange. Dr. Hugo Strange.
Okay.
And at the end, and in December, a lot of the Mad City, as it were, will be taken down. And now we're left with this uneasy partnership of probably Mayor Oswald Cobblepot, the also seedy dark underworld leader of Gotham.
Sounds good. I like that. I like that. I don't have it. I'm just gonna co-sign that. And Strange will give Ivy his powers. All right, her powers. Guys, if you haven't already, please go to youtube.com/AfterBuzzTV. Subscribe, like us. Go to iTunes. Do the same thing. Comment. Give us those 5 stars. I'm Micheal Drew. You can find me on Twitter at Micheal_Drew, EAL. You can find my man Steve Kaufmann at...
You guys can find me on Twitter at Steve Kaufmann. That is KAUFMANN. Almost exclusively. I do some live comedy all around Los Angeles. I tweet about those dates pretty regularly. Also, I'm editing a documentary called Shame on You. It's hashtag Shame on You Doc. I should promote it more.
Yes, guys. This was great. See you next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.